Hey, store-bought pickles kind of suck, but we're gonna fix that because today I'm gonna show you 3 super easy pickled recipes that'll maximize the flavor of your food. We'll be making a bright pickled red onion followed by a classic pickled cucumber and closing it off with a special Frankenstein pickled creation. And stick around to the end because we're gonna be using one of the most dangerous cooking tools out there. But first, who am I? My name's Xander Mason and I love to cook. It's something I've been doing for years now and I want to inspire you to try out my recipes. Now without further delay, let's get to cooking. First things first, let's get started on our pickled red onions. You'll first need 1 large red onion, and to prep it, you're gonna cut the top and the root off, followed by splitting it in half and peeling off the outside layer. From here, you're gonna slice it from root to stem, taking your time with it. The thickness I'm going for is relatively thin, but also cut it as thin as you're comfortable with. Take your time with it, don't rush, and don't lose a finger either. Once you're done cutting them, you're gonna stuff them into a food-safe container and we'll get to work on our pickling liquid. In a small saucepan, you'll pour in 1 cup of water followed by 1 cup of distilled white vinegar, as well as 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. It's also important to mention that this quick pickling solution that we're making is going to stay the same for our other 2 recipes as well. Bring your pan to a high heat, and as soon as it hits a boil, remove it from the heat and then pour it into your red onions. And as a little tip, you want them to stay fully submerged. So what I like to do is rip a little piece of paper towel and then lay it over on top of the onions. But now you have pickled onions. After about an hour, they should change from this to this. Super bright and pink, full of mouth-watering flavors that'll enhance any meal you put them on. I personally really like to put them on top of my tacos or even my rice bowls or even my eggs and bacon, honestly too. And as a bonus, I use the same exact recipe to make pickled jalapenos as well. Just slice them this way into little circles and then pour our same hot liquid over them as you did the onions, and boom! You now have pickled jalapenos, which are great for throwing on top of crispy tuna rice or any sushi for that matter. Now let's move on to our classic pickled cucumber, or as I would say, a pickled pickle. You'll first want to grab some cucumbers. I'm using mini cucumbers because I think they're really cute, but you can also use English or any cucumber that's available. I'll start by cutting both tips off of my cucumbers because the ends are just giving me some bad vibes. Afterwards, I'll then split it lengthwise in half, and then I'll split that half again into a quarter. I'll do this for half of my total pickles, and then the other half, I'll just split them into 2. Once all of our pickles are cut, I'll throw them into a food-safe container, and then for a little extra flavor, I'll throw in 3 cloves of garlic, a light handful of fresh dill, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, and 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Pour the same hot pickling liquid as before and watch how these pickles go from this to this. Now for our third and final pickle, we're gonna be making some pickled carrots with shallots and red chili peppers, or what I'm calling a Franken-Pickle. You'll first need 4 to 5 carrots, and with a peeler, I'm gonna peel just the outside layer. This step is honestly optional, but I just find the outside layer to be a little tough, and I think it just looks prettier without it. Once your carrots are naked, we're gonna cut the root off of all of them, and then we're gonna grab 3 red chili peppers and cut the stems off those as well. Lastly, we're grabbing 4 shallots and cutting only the tip off, not the root. I'll then give it a super shallow graze with my knife and then peel the whole outside layer, leaving once again only the root intact. Fun fact, the root is going to hold the shallot together when we start slicing it very soon. Now, in order to slice all of this, we're going to be grabbing one of the most dangerous tools in the kitchen, a mandolin slicer. And be warned, this thing is really dangerous because of how easily you could accidentally cut yourself. I'm personally missing a piece of my palm because of this sucker, and just last week, my girlfriend accidentally cut her finger while using this. so please be careful. I'm gonna set my mandolin to a fairly thin length, roughly 1/8 of an inch, and then I'll begin slicing away my carrots. The slices should look something like this, and again, be careful. Take your time and use the safety guard if it came with it, and once you get close towards the end of your carrots, just discard it and don't try to squeeze any more slices out of it. After our carrots, we'll slice our shallots as well, and then after our shallots, we'll slice our red chili peppers. And just so you know, you don't need to use a mandolin slicer. You can just use a regular knife. I just prefer to use it with carrots because it gives you a really thin, consistent cut on them. But you should now have a beautiful assortment of evenly and thinly cut veggies. I'm gonna toss them all in a food-safe container along with 3 cloves of garlic, a 1/4 handful of sage, and 1 bay leaf. I'll then pour our same hot pickling liquid as before, and I accidentally spilled it all over my counter, but don't worry, because after an hour, it's gonna go from this to this, which honestly didn't change much, but trust me, in the flavor department, a lot has happened. And now you have 3 different pickled recipes that'll maximize the flavor of your food, but there's still one more thing we need to do, and that is taste it. Alrighty, these look pretty good. Look at this. I'm actually excited. Look at the beautiful colors. These look absolutely stunning. First one up is the pickled onions. Completely missed it. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so good. These are like a staple for me. Next one up is our pickled jalapenos. I'm scared that this is gonna be spicy, but let's see. Oh no, yeah. Oh yeah. It's got a little tiny kick, but super minimal. If you are scared of the spice, what you can do is remove the seeds as well, and that will reduce the spiciness substantially. Now it's time for our second one, pickled pickles. I actually love pickles, and I'm excited to see how this guy tastes. Oh, whoa. Okay, I'm getting a serious hit of dill. I'm not getting much spiciness from the red pepper flakes, but I am getting the flavors there. Oh my God, it's getting better and better with every bite. Huge fan of this. And I would imagine this pickle juice that comes in it is probably phenomenal in a cocktail. You know, we're gonna find out. Ooh. All right, now it's time for our third one. I don't even know what to expect this one. This was a little bit of an experiment. My girlfriend was the one kind of who put this one together, so if we don't like it, blame her. Whoa, the sage really comes through. They're like sagey carrots, which I actually like it, and very minimal, easy work. And there you have it. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you wanna see last week's video where we recreated and went up against Anthony Bourdain's mortadella sandwich, the link is right here. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.